Hi guys, and welcome back to FPL Journey. I had an absolute disaster last week. Bad decisions were made, the whole thing's up the left, but it is what it is. Just gonna get on with things, and it has come to the time where I have decided I think it's time to wildcard. The reason why is everyone's going to be looking for Brentford and Brighton players due to the fact that they both have two doubles within like the next like 5 game weeks or 4 game weeks. So it makes sense that we're gonna get them in. Brighton players will also have more double game weeks to come. And we can see by Ben Crellin's little chart that he has made. He's game week 27, game week 29. There's possibility of a game week 34 and a game week 37 as well. So Brighton players till the end of the season look like a kind of must have. And then you have also in here Brentford players. They have a double game week 27 and game week 29. So it's about combating that, and also if you do a wild card now, you can also get a team sort of half sorted for game week 28. Now you might have to make a sub or two, but that's okay. Which will then allow you to see yourself into game week 32. I feel like once we're past game week 29, we have a couple of weeks to kind of prepare for the blanks that are going to happen in game week 32. But then I still have my free hit in play, so I can use my free hit in game week 32. Or what I'm possibly thinking of doing is maybe using my free hit in either game week 34 or 37 to really target those doubles. Because I mean, double game week players, there's more likelihood that they're going to get more points. So yeah, that is my thinking. Beat the price rises, and I just feel it's time. So I'm just gonna talk you through what I'm thinking. So in nets, the obvious choice is Ariza Balaga to Rhea. Other possibilities that I have actually thought of is you can go and there is Sanchez as well, who I really like the thought of. He was good for quite a lot of our teams last year, and you can keep Ward. There's also another offline possibility. We have Foster as a playing keeper right now because of the fact that Lloris is injured and is out for 68 weeks. Although that happened like start of February, so he's probably due to come back, probably the start of April. So I mean, you don't get many fixtures out of him, but the fixtures you do get out of him is Wolves, Nottingham Forest, Southampton, Everton, and in the previous two fixtures he got 12 points. So 6 points per game so far. I mean, that's pretty unbelievable. And yeah, it matches up really nicely because Sanchez has West Ham, then Leeds, Crystal Palace, then has a blank, then has Brentford, Bournemouth. Meanwhile, Foster would have Southampton on that blank. And well, if Sanchez gets injured, you have Nottingham Forest or Everton as your fixtures during those game weeks. So yeah, that is actually something I'm thinking about, but I feel like we may just go for the good old faithful Ward. He does have a double game week in game week 20. In game week 20. I can't even understand what game weeks is what here at the minute, but on this game week here, he does have a. Why will he not go in? Danny Ward, go back in. He does have a double on this game week 29. That's what I'm trying to say. So, moving on into the defence, Shaw is currently yellow flagged. He said he had picked up a bit of a knock. Eric Ten Hag rested him completely from the FA Cup. But to be honest, just with the fixtures coming up, I feel like it could be time to move Shaw on. Maybe Ake as well. I am thinking of getting in me. I feel like, you know, he is kind of one of those must-have players for the upcoming weeks. And Estupiñán is yellow flag, but I mean it is expected that he will be fit again. But I mean, even if he doesn't play this week, realistically, it's those double game weeks that we want them for. I mean, if I'm not going for Estupiñán, I might go for Dunk. I feel like that's the other main option there. And then otherwise in defence, you want to probably keep Trippier. He's been unbelievable this season. And there's obviously, I'd probably swap White for Gabriel. There is also the possibility of going for Zinchenko, who has been unbelievable in the past couple of game weeks. His attacking returns has really risen, which you can see from the expected assists and the expected goal involvement that he's had. So yeah, he's racked up a lot of points in the last 3 game weeks. So it's actually a really tight call right now for Zinchenko or Gabriel. The only thing with Zinchenko is he has the possibility of being rotated for Tierney, and also is he doesn't have the best injury record, so that's something to bear in mind as well. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking there. Oh yeah, I'll put in another defender just for show. Some people are talking about putting in a Tottenham defender. So Davies could be a shout. I mean, I don't actually really know. I mean, who else? Perisic maybe, but he's just too much of a rotation risk. Just because of their good fixtures. But I am thinking go for Henry. Just to get the extra fixtures, plain and simply. Extra fixtures, more chance of more points. So that's the straight facts. So there is a bit of a talk through of that. And then moving into midfield, Odegaard and Saka are staying. Rashford staying. He's been unbelievable this season. The only changes here is Andreas and Gakpo. Now, changes that could be made is you can go to... Oh, I need to go to midfielders. There's the obvious one of going for March and McAllister. Also, you can go for Matoma as well. And those are probably the obvious ones. But if I do this and Sanchez and that, I obviously have too many Brighton players in there. Due to the fact that McAllister is on penalties, I'd probably keep him. And, that last spot, it's a difficult one. That would leave me with 6.8 in the bank, but I'm going to make my forward substitution, which I would say you go for Tony. If you don't go for Tony, you probably go for Mbamo. But that leaves me with 7.9. So I had a couple of thoughts what to do with 7.9 million, and one of the thoughts that I did actually have is you can go, if you want to go a little bit left field, you can go for Barnes. I mean, they have a really lovely double game week in game week 29. Their fixtures are pretty good. I don't have quite enough. Well, actually, I might have enough to go for Madison. So you could go for Madison, but he's yellow flagged at the minute with an illness. There seems to be a bit of illness going around the Premier League, as there seems to be everywhere. Our football club was plagued with it a couple of weeks ago, and we ended up playing with a side of where the lads were mostly half sick. But there's also a player who was a legend last season, Kulusevski. We look at those Spurs fixtures: Wolves, Nottingham Forest, Southampton, Everton, Brighton. That fixture list is a great run right up until you hit Newcastle. And then, I mean, you can think about what you're going to do with those assets then. But yeah, that's a possibility in there. And then Tony, now obviously you have the thoughts with Tony and the whole scandal, the whole betting scandal. Will he play? But realistically, I think most people want them in because on game week 27, Everton and Southampton, I think he is your captain for that game week. So yeah, that is the thinking on those lines. So yeah, that's just me talking it through. I have made 2 drafts. So here is one of the drafts. So yeah, that got me down to 3 Brighton players, and it actually left me with quite a bit in the bank, which meant that I can go Kulusevski to Fernandez on the double game week 29. And yeah, my thoughts are probably to bench boost on that week. But yeah, that would leave me with 0.2. So yeah, that's one possibility. And then I had also drawn up this. I feel like Rhea, I mean, he's probably the pick that most people will be going for. Dunk is probably the safer option over Estupinian at the minute. Well, always Dunk just seems to be the solid player in that Brighton defence. But you could go to Estupinian. Let's see what sort of money that leaves us with. Yeah, so they're actually the same price, so that might actually be what I'll do. I'm actually just gonna look up Estupinian's injury. I had looked it up earlier. So this article pretty much says Estupinian, who departed the recent league defeat by Fulham early, misses out, but is expected to face West Ham at the Amex on Saturday. So yeah, he's expected to be in the lineup according to that article. So yeah, you could do that. And even if he's not, I mean, you've enough playing players this week. Anyway, so those are my thoughts, and you know what? I am actually just gonna live right now, go mad, and hit make transfers, hit play wildcard. Now I might change things before the weekend, but right now that's what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm gonna play Rashford regardless of the fixture. Davies, good fixture against Wolves. I'll play him against instead of Estupinian, and I'm going to put the attacking player as my. I'm gonna swap those 2 guys. So yeah, I might change Davies. I don't know what I'm doing quite yet, but yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts. Yeah, I might make some more changes if I'm tinkering before the weekend, but yeah, that's my team right now. As it stands, I've just played my wild card, and talking of the disaster I had last week, I took a -4, and one of the moves I had was to swap Odegaard for Martinelli. And that just turned out to be a disastrous move. Because if we look at the team of the week, Martinelli got 26 points, and I took him out for a -4 for Odegaard, who got 11. So yeah, that was That was really disappointing. That probably would have had me in a green arrow if I had just kept it the way it was. And I was just so worried about Martinelli's minutes. And yeah, I actually had nothing to worry about. And it made me look really stupid. But yeah, we do these things, and I think with Jesus maybe coming back, who knows where Trossard will end up playing, whether he will challenge for that spot. But we'll have to just watch closely and see. So I took a little red arrow. I'm down 362,000. So yeah, not a good week. But yeah, we move on, and that is the way things are. If you enjoyed this video, a longer one this week, please like and subscribe to videos. I would love to get to 50 subscribers before the season is ended, and that's not that many. So please just take a second, smash that subscribe and smash that like button. What are your plans for this week? Put them in the comments and let me know even what your plans are for the blank game week as well. Have a good game week. Peace.